Happy Friday and welcome into the Touchdown Live pregame show. As you see behind me, this week's Optimum Game of the Week brings us to Westlake as the Rams will host Lake Charles College Prep. And as always, Justin Margolis and Devin DeStefano caught up with the coaches of both teams earlier in the week, and we begin at Westlake with Justin.
That's right, Matthew. I'm out here at Westlake with head coach of the Rams, John Richardson. John, thanks for taking the time with me today. Obviously, ahead of you, you've got a team that you said is probably the most athletic team that you're going to play this year. You were also touching on the fact that you just want to see your team play really hard. What are you looking for from them in this matchup?
I want to see our guys go compete and play hard against a really good football team. You can throw the record out the window. They're a really good football team. And like I said, they're loaded with athletes. We want to try to kind of keep the big plays down for them and try to make them earn it down the field. And just go out there and then hopefully shorten the game.
To see the development and the growth of this team throughout the season, you had so many young guys last year. A guy like Brody Anderson just to become more of a complete quarterback this year. A lot of your four-year guys that you've really just kind of gone up with this program with. How exciting is that for you just to see them kind of blossom this year and really put a product that I was talking to you about that has a team that this community can be proud of?
Right. It's good to see that. You know, anytime you put in the hard work with them and you know the kind of work that they've put in, it's good to see that they get the results at the end of it, you know, and everybody gets to see that on Friday nights on the field.
Coach, thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We'll send it over to Devin DeStefano. He's with Coach Franklin at LCCP.
I'm here with head coach of Lake Charles College Prep, Eric Franklin. Coach, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for me. I'm glad to be here.
Let's talk a little bit about your big game coming up against Westlake. You guys had a tough schedule going into the season. You have a record of 2-5. Do you think that really shows what this team is like? Does your record show what this team really is?
I think it doesn't show exactly who we are. We did make a lot of mistakes in those games and had opportunities to win those games. Just, you know, things a young team have to grow up, and we have to grow up between some tough teams, you know, early in the season. But I think they're ready to compete at a high level for the district right now.
Speaking of district, I mean, you guys beat Westlake last year. I know it's a new season, beat them 40-0 last year. Does that give you confidence going into this game?
Oh, no, it's a new season, man. Westlake, again, 5-2 right now, playing really good ball, man. As I say, every year you have to compete against the team. It doesn't matter what you beat them in at the year before. So, like a very talented team at Westlake right now, we have to do it again this Friday.
Looking at that Westlake team, what challenges do they present? Because obviously they can put up a lot of points.
Well, talented, man. A nice size O-line, solid receivers that can run, you know, catch the ball. The quarterback is very talented, make all the throws, and just manage their offense. You know, he does a good job. And Coach Richardson, like I say, does a great job with Westlake every year.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Matthew, you're going to send it back to you in the studio.
Thank you, guys. And here are the rest of the matchups we have coming up tonight in 5A. Both Barb and Sam Houston are home as they'll host Lafayette and New Iberia, while Sulphur will hit the road to take on Karen Crow. In 4A, we've got some local versus local action as DeRitter will host LaGrange and Leesville hosts Washington Marion, while Iowa heads to Eunice. In 3A, more local action as we have our game of the week, of course. LCCP at Westlake. St. Louis will host Southbow, and Iota heads to Ville Platte. In 2A, you can sense a theme, and it continues here. DeQuincy is at Eastbow, Vinton at Rosepine, and Pickering, Kinder, Lake Arthur, and Welsh all in action as well. And finally in 1A, Elton hosts Basile, and Oberlin will host Hamilton Christian. And you can catch all of that action tonight at 10 o'clock on Touchdown Live. But for now, that'll do it for our TDL pregame show.